Good morning, everybody. My name is Kate Johnson. Thank you so much for joining me on Monday Motivation. So, I am so excited to have you all here. You probably either know me as the owner of the Kate Johnson Artistry Companies or as the lead director with Limelight by Alcone. And I just wanted to welcome you here. I hope you have your cup of coffee and you're ready to start the week off amazing. I'm sitting in my studio awaiting for my first clients of the week, and I'm expecting a great week. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about something that has been on my heart actually for a couple weeks now. And yesterday when I opened up my passion planner, I realized, oh my gosh, this is perfect. It is Oscar night, and what a better way to talk about accomplishments and achievements than on the day after the Oscars. So I know that you were probably all watching it and staying up late last night. And if you were like me, you were so excited to see Leo win that award. But I actually wanted to talk to you about a couple other things that have to do with the Oscars. And one of them is, if you are in the film industry at all, you know how incredibly hard it is to even get invited to that room, much less be nominated or be allowed to be up on that stage. It is so challenging. There's all these tedious little steps, seed planting that you have to do to accomplish your dreams. Just being able to land a small role that leads to a bigger role that leads to a bigger production that possibly lands you on that stage is an amazing feat, and that oftentimes takes people a lifetime, as we saw with some of the winners yesterday. My favorite winner yesterday, I apologize if I mispronounce her name, but was Charmaine Chenoy. And she was the filmmaker who made the movie Saving Face. And that is the one about the Pakistani women who had been acid burned. And I was so fascinated by her. Not only did she make a film that was about her passion, that passion created actions within inside of her that drove a result of an amazing movie, but in this situation, it also drove an even better result, which was, if you heard her saying her speech, at the end, when the music started and she had been, thanking everybody, at the end she said, just so that you know, the Pakistani Prime Minister decided after seeing this movie, he's changing the laws about what can be done to women in his country. That is an amazing feat. That is an amazing accomplishment. That passion, those actions that she did created a life-changing result. That is something that will be changing women all over this world. Those little seeds, and she probably didn't expect to have that happen. I'm sure she maybe had dreamed it and hoped for it, but I'm sure she didn't expect to have that happen. And you never know when you're planting small seeds what the end result can be, and that's really what I want to encourage you for today. So let's get into some of this today, and I apologize, I'm going to look over here for some of my notes. One thing I really want to talk to you about today is recognizing where you're at, how important it is to make intentional goals, and baby steps that are required to accomplish them. So, it's a leap year, it's a leap day. Congratulations, you get an extra day this year to accomplish your goals. Yay! So, if you are like me, you are a business owner and you have written down those plans and those goals, and hopefully you've already done that. If not, hurry up and do those, because we are still in the first quarter of the year and there is plenty of time. So February is the end of the second month of the first quarter. And as you move into March, I want you to look back on those goals and see what you've achieved and really celebrate them. If we can take our bigger goals that we have and break them down into, let's say, by month, that gives you 12 small actions, and then you can even break down those months even into smaller actions, whether it be a week or by the day. I really like to label those because it helps me, give myself a little pat on the back when I've achieved a goal, and also helps me, gauge where I'm at. And if I've had any setbacks, that's okay. It's okay. You have a setback, it's fine. You can totally move into your next week full force, and it'll be okay. If any of you have a passion planner, I would, I applaud you, because I just found out what this was a couple months ago and I am now obsessed with it. If you don't have a passion planner, just look it up, called passionplanner.com. It is awesome. I have the larger one. I think it's easier to make goals and plans in. But this passion planner is amazing because not only does it help you break down your actual schedule for the day, but it actually helps you break down goals you have for that week, goals you have for that year, and allows you to do a little bit of brainstorming and planning, which for me is very, very important. I think when you are looking at your year, it's really important to look at it in those, like I said, those months, but also in those quarters. So what are we doing in that first quarter that is going to launch us into the next 2 quarters, where if you own a business, those next 2 quarters, the second and third quarter of the year, are, in my opinion, the most important, because you really want those to be driving your business. You want to be able to have team trainings and different things of that nature, so that when you move into that fourth quarter, at least if you're like me, the goal is to have the business running as smoothly as possible so that I can have that downtime with my family and my friends and really celebrate the holidays, which, to me is the main reason for owning a business. I don't like working for other for other people, but also it's because I like to have my free time and I like to be able to travel. My family is not here in Chicago where I'm at. They're in California, and I like to be able to go home and see them when I can. So do that. Let's see, who do you need to call? I'm going to go into a couple steps that I'd like for you to look at. So if we're heading into this last month of the first quarter, I know I keep repeating that, but I really want you to drive it into your head where you're at in the year, because that fiscal year, I know it's not the actual fiscal year. I know I think it's like April to April. But I mean, when you're looking at the financials of your year and you're breaking it into smaller steps, it's really important to see that you're on point with these things. So when we're heading into this, I want you to write down on the last day of March in your calendar where you expect to be. What is some goal that you expect to have? Now, if you've had a business for a really long time, you can, I apologize, I saw my finger there. If you've had your business for a really long time, you can maybe set bigger goals because you have a whole team working for you. But if you don't, set smaller goals because you want to be able to achieve them, and that's what's important. So I want you to look and say, who is it that you need to call? Is there anything that you don't fully understand that you need to look up or research in order to achieve this goal? Is there anybody on your team or even a spouse or a family members that are going to help you that you need to train in order to, or educate in order to help you with this goal? And who can you lean on your team or in your support, whether it again be your family support group? Who can you lean on to release some of that responsibility that is going to allow you to have be more open to bigger ideas and to be able to take on the bigger picture goal? So write down those goals and write down those plans and answer them every month for yourself, because those are what I do for myself. I'm getting to a point of being really busy, and I'm looking at interns, and I actually just hired my sister to help me with some things, which is amazing. Being able to free myself up so I can be looking at the bigger picture and help my team out who's looking to make money. So that is the number one thing. Next, I just really want you to show how these actions, when you're planting those seeds every month, they're really going to produce a lot of fruit. If you're being diligent about them, it's going to be very, very helpful. Now I'm going to use an example in my life. Again, if you heard me say earlier, I am the lead director, which is a corporate executive position with Limelight by Alco. And I have a large team. I have a team of about 193 people at this time, and we have a goal. Last year, our goal was, if you hit Lead Beauty Guide, we would take you on a trip, and I would pay for that trip. And we all decided to stay in the States this year, and we're having a really exciting time in May in Austin. But this year, because our team blew up, last year at this time, we had like 30 people on the, no, not even, 15 people on the team, I think maybe. Now with 193, I was like, oh my gosh, okay, we need to have bigger goals. This year, we are going to be planning that if you hit director status by the end of 2016, no matter when you start the year, you are going to go with me to Paris and study some beauty things abroad, which is really, really exciting. Really excited about that. So what we decided to do, I said there are 4 steps before you hit director. You have to hit beauty guide, lead beauty guide, star, and then you hit director. So let's break down the year if you've done the full year, or just break down the remaining time that you have into 4 steps. If you hit some of those other goals faster, you obviously have more time to do the other things. But people who are really diligent about their goals and achieving them really achieve them very, very rapidly. And I've had some amazing conference calls this morning already about those things. So really being able to, when you break down those goals, they're a lot less intimidating. They're a lot easier to achieve. And those little celebrations with you and your family or friends or your teammates really make the next little goal to achieve so exciting, and really keeps you on track. So that is my challenge for you this week, you guys. Take your big goals and break them down into smaller goals. See what you can achieve and celebrate those accomplishments. That's the most important thing. Celebrate them, because if you're not celebrating them, you're just putting too much pressure on yourself. And really, as business owners or as people that have really big goals, whether it be for health or for business or for family or whatever it may be, sometimes we can get lost in being busy, and we don't want to do that. We are being productive. We are not being busy, and that's a great way to live your life. So I'm going to see you guys next Monday, and I really look forward to a lot of feedback from you guys. If you can inbox me or Facebook me, Kate Johnson or Kate Johnson Artistry. You can also go to the Global Beauty Team and inbox me there. I would love to hear about if there's any topics you would like to hear about, and really just want to see how we all, as passionate people, can take those passions, turn them into actions, and create amazing results. Until next week, you guys, have a great Monday.